go, champ. It's the champ, Shannon the Cannon Briggs, and you're watching True School Sports. Let's go, champ.
My flow, my show brought me the dough. That brought me all my fancy things. My crib, my cars, my clothes, my jewels. Look, homie, I done came up and I ain't changing. You should love it way more than you hate it. Oh, you mad? How come that you be happy I made it?
Hey, what's going on? It is your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. As you guys can see, we're walking on Hollywood Beach, giving y'all, some boxing talk, South Florida style. Got the Florida Panther shirt on. We just a kid from Daniel, so it don't get no more South Florida than that. So big shout out to the whole region of South Florida. Just got done. I sparred about 4 days ago, 3-4 days ago. My main man, Kanan Lawrence, down at the Heavyweight Factory. I put in 3 rounds. First sparring session in 18 months. So trying to get my stamina up, because by the second round, my legs were gone. And there's a big difference between boxing shape and just being in regular shape. And I'm trying to get into boxing shape. So Kanan got the better of me in sparring. So I'm trying to just improve my stamina for our next sparring session. But wanted to talk about an interesting fight here in the heavyweight division between two, as the Brits would say, average lads. David Price versus Dave Allen. That'll be at the O2 Arena. Interesting fight. We'll start with David Price. He's had an interesting run of fights recently. His last 2 fights, he fought Tom Little, stopped Tom Little. Tough journeyman, stopped him. Bit of a premature stoppage to some, but got him out of there relatively easily. His last fight with Cash Ali was an interesting one, because Cash Ali was actually coming on strong, seeming to have his best round of the fight, and Cash Ali bit him multiple times, and he got his license ultimately suspended by the British Boxing Board of Control, and I believe it was a disqualification, if I'm not mistaken. So with that being said, David Price, he's looking for a win at heavyweight to push onwards and upwards to the next level. As for Dave Allen, he's coming off the biggest and most impressive win of his career, as he fought Lucas Brown. And obviously this was a Lucas Brown that was, he's older. He's coming off a 1-year layoff. That fight before that, he got stopped in brutal fashion by Dillian White. So, Dave Allen, I thought the fight was on the level. And he caught him with a real good body shot in the second round. It was a real crafty body shot. It was the kind of body shot that you wouldn't expect from a fighter like Dave Allen. But it just goes to show you he's better than people like myself gave him credit for. Darren Barker has been really working hard with him in the gym. And I believe the fight with Lucas Brown could be a turning point in his career, because when we talk about Dave Allen, his career has been littered with so many fights where he's coming out of shape, taking fights on short notice, fought a who's who of the division, Luis Ortiz, Dillian White, Tony Oka, now Lucas Brown. He's fought a lot of top names at heavyweight. So he's coming into a fight with David Price. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like if I had to pick a favorite in this fight thus far, I'd have to say it's Dave Allen. Dave Allen is, you would be led to believe that he's coming into his own as a fighter. I really feel like Dave Allen's at a stage of his career where he's developing more of a killer instinct, and David Price has lost his killer instinct, and that's my probably best assessment of this fight. It's 2 fighters who neither of which I think are going to be world champions, but both who I think are solid British level heavyweights, could go on to win a British title. I wouldn't even mind if they made this fight for the British title, but I think they're both on the same level, but they're at different stages, if that makes sense, because skills wise, if they were in their primes, I think David Price would probably iron out Dave Allen, but they're not in their primes. This is a David Price that's been stopped on many occasions. This is David Price that has seen better days, and even his best days weren't great days. So, Dave Allen, like we say here on True School Sports, he's in that stage of his career where his physical ability is slowly but surely meeting up with his mental ability at its highest point. And when you get that with fighters, that's when they're in their prime. And it's funny, because when you look at David Price, he was an Olympian. He was, in terms of amateur accolades and amateur, accomplishments and things like that, credentials, David Price buries Dave Allen. But if you look at styles, because ultimately that's what makes the fights, is the styles. Dave Allen, look at that water. Look at that. I live in paradise. But David Price, when Tyson Fury called him a big stiff idiot, there is some truth to that. There is some truth to David Price being a big stiff idiot, because as big as he is, as hard as he punches, he's very stiff. He doesn't move his head off the line. He doesn't know how to slip and roll with shots. And, that's something that I think Dave Allen can take advantage of. We saw Dave Allen in the Lucas Browne fight being able to land crafty body shots, sneaky body shots. We've seen Dave Allen in many fights land really devastating over right hands against lesser opposition. So I'm gonna, I gave Dave Allen a lot of criticism, a lot of stick when I went live for the fight with Lucas Browne, because I'll be honest with you, I was a bit pissed off that day, and maybe even a bit ignorant to his career, and I just felt like Eddie Hearn was trying to shove him down people's throats. But he's a good, honest, hardworking person. He's a solid heavyweight. I think he's better than his record would indicate. And, again, the best way I summarize this fight is he's someone who's developing a killer instinct. David Price is a fighter who's lost his killer instinct. And David Price, his last significant fight was Alexander Povetkin, and he probably should have retired after that. So I see David Price pretty much as a dead man walking. He's a dead man walking at heavyweight. And if Dave Allen can't beat a dead man walking at heavyweight, he might as well just hang up his boxing gloves. Straight up and down. He might as well just hang up his boxing gloves, because you can't be the David Prices of the world, at 27 years old, with all the stuff you've been through and all the stuff that you have to fight for moving forward. Then I don't know if you're really ever going to progress onwards and upwards. So I think it's a massive fight for Dave Allen. I think it's a fight where, if he wants to, because he has expressed in the past that he wants to a rematch with Luis Ortiz, which I don't think is I'd still pick Ortiz, but I don't think it's as lopsided of a fight as many of you guys would think. Right now, he wants to rematch Luis Ortiz. He wants to rematch Tony Yoka, who tested positive for PEDs, and he really has bad blood towards Tony Yoka. So, Dave Allen, an interesting fighter, with an interesting personality. Again, he's got former IBF middleweight champion Darren Barker training him. Darren Barker seems to have gotten the tune out of him, gotten the best out of him, getting that extra bit of quality out of Dave Allen. I like what I'm seeing from Darren Barker. I like what I'm seeing from Dave Allen. I really haven't liked what I've been seeing from David Price, because let's have it right. In his last fight, he fought a fighter in Cash Ali who had never really, forget world level, forget British level, he hadn't even fought past Sheffield level. And Cash Ali was giving David Price some serious problems. David Price has always been, throughout the duration of his career, a pretty one-dimensional fighter. So, if Dave Allen is worth a damn, if he's worth a damn in the sport of boxing, he is not only beating David Price, but he is ironing him. He's ironing him out like a pair of Levi's wrinkled, or Levi's or Levi's, what do you want to call them, wrinkled jeans, and he's getting his W, because I just think he has a lot more to fight for. He's made some improvements. Darren Barker's gotten a tune out of him. The only thing with Dave Allen is, because he's had this problem his whole career, is will he be a true professional? Will he come into the ring? Will he be in shape? Will he do the right things in camp to be best prepared for this fight? If he does what he did as far as preparation for the David Price fight, he should win, because, again, David Price, a very limited fighter. He was, and will always be a C-class heavyweight. He was a fighter who had the kind of style that works well in the amateurs, but never refined it for the pros. Has a good jab, a good one, a really solid too. If you stand in front of him and you trade with him, David Price becomes a B-level fighter. But if you move, you can counter. If you can land crafty body shots like Dave Allen has showed, then he becomes a very limited fighter. And I'm looking for Dave Allen to do well. Hopefully, for his sake, Dave Allen goes in there. Look, we're on a bridge right now. See that? We're on a bridge right now. Look at that. That's South Florida for you guys. See? We're giving you guys the full South Florida experience. You guys never know where we'll be at when I make videos here on True School Sports. But I don't know if y'all can see that. That's right over there. That's I think that's Hollandale Beach going towards Golden Beach, which is very rich. But and then over there, if we go that way, that's Hollywood Beach. And then way over there is where I'm from, which is Dania Beach. So, Dave Allen, quality person, quality story, gotten a lot of chances. Look, anything short of him retiring David Price to me is a disappointment, because he's there for the taking. He's a dead man walking, and he should be beating the David Prices of the world. So I've grown to like Dave Allen after doing some more homework and not being as ignorant to his career as I was the day of his fight with Lucas Brown. He's not a bad guy. He's someone who actually gives great interviews. He's someone that is a better fighter than he leads on, and lands good body shots. Above average puncher. Darren Barker seems to be refining him and getting him better. So based on what I'm seeing and based at where both these fighters are at this stage of their career, I'll go with David Allen. Dave Allen, 5th round stoppage over the big stiff idiot. And I'm not calling that a disrespect to him. That's what Tyson Fury called him. So should be a good fight. Whoever wins this fight, I would like to see them fight the winner of Daniel Dubois versus Nathan Gorman. So, I think a Dave Allen versus, ideally, would be what I would like to see is I like to see Dave Allen versus Daniel Dubois. That'd be an interesting one because of Dave Allen's story, his road, and then with Dubois, he's being pegged as the next big thing in British boxing heavyweight. So that's just my take on the fight. Those are my initial thoughts on Dave Allen versus David Price. David Price, better amateur fighter, but style-wise, I think he doesn't move his head off the line. He's there to be hit. He's been matched very, very, very carefully by Eddie Hearn since he lost to Povetkin. He fought 2 fighters, one of which was a journeyman that gets beat by everybody, the other of which had never been in a real fight outside of Sheffield. So this is his first big fight since the Povetkin fight. I think if Dave Allen is able to punch him in the mouth and ask him questions him early, he'll get folded up like a steel chair. So that's what it is. Those are my thoughts. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below about Dave Allen versus David Price. Anything I may have missed, you drop that down below as well. Make sure you smash that like button like it was your ex-girlfriend. Make sure you guys also do me a favor. Follow me on Twitter. I just started using my Twitter account. It's @TrueSchoolSports on Twitter. So if you want to contact me, if you want to talk boxing, if you have any video suggestions, it's just anything you want to talk about, you can reach me on Twitter. I just started using it. So go follow me over there if you haven't already. And yeah, like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Where we at? Hollywood Beach. We're on the historical Harrison Street, so big shout out to Harrison Street. But you guys take care. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. We're at the Davy Powell, and you're watching True School Sports.